Have you been feeling like time is acting weird? Waking up tired, even after a good night's sleep? Looking around and thinking, none of this makes sense anymore? You're not going crazy. You're waking up. That mild confusion, the unexplainable exhaustion, that feeling that you no longer relate to things that made perfect sense just last week. It all has a name, but no one's talking about it clearly. The Age of Aquarius has already begun. It's not about to start. It already has, and it didn't ask for permission. No ceremony, no marked date. What changes? Everything. Your body, your mind, your perception. And for those who are more sensitive, the impact is already happening, and it can't be ignored anymore. This video is for those who feel before they understand, for those trying to keep life normal, but something inside just doesn't fit anymore. If something in you felt this before the words even made sense, drop a 1221 in the comments. That number anchors the frequency shift, the collapse of linear time, and the beginning of a new way of listening. Let's start with the obvious, that no one names. You're more tired, more sensitive, more irritated on the inside, even if you seem calm on the outside. You start something and forget halfway through. You want to talk, but don't have the patience. You want to explain, but can't find the words. You want to rest, but can't unplug. This isn't just stress, it's a symptom of transition. Your energy field is trying to adjust to a new frequency, faster, more symbolic, more connected, but your body's still tuned to the old one. That's why it feels like you're always behind, always trying to catch up to something you can't name. And then comes the guilt, the comparison, the fear of falling apart. But what if it's not falling apart? What if it's the beginning of a new internal order? This isn't burnout, it's a reboot. Have you noticed? Some days fly by, others drag on. Sometimes you check the clock thinking an hour passed. It's only been 7 minutes. Or the opposite, you blink and it's the next day. That's not carelessness, it's a time collapse. With the vibrational shift of the Age of Aquarius, chronological time is starting to lose its grip. What matters now is internal time, the rhythm of your personal frequency. You're leaving the time of ticking clocks and entering the time of sensations. That's why everything feels out of sync. The mind wants to plan, the body wants to rest, the soul wants to speed up. You don't know which sense of time to trust anymore. But here's the truth. The old one doesn't work, and the new one has no rule book. Time isn't moving differently. You have stepped out of the old time. If you've felt this in your body, in those confusing hours, in days that don't quite fit, hit the like button now. It helps this video reach others going through the same. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. This space is for those who feel before they understand. You wake up sore, but you didn't do anything strenuous. There's pressure in your head, tingling in your arms, a feeling of weight on your shoulders. Even though nothing really changed, you think it's stress, but it's more than that. This is your body trying to adapt to a frequency that didn't exist before, at least not in a continuous way. The Age of Aquarius isn't just an astrological concept, it's a structural shift in the planet's vibrational field, a change in how time, energy, and consciousness interact. The body is the last to catch up because it still carries the weight of old versions, genetic memories, emotional habits, collective patterns. So when the new frequency comes in, the body goes into crisis. You feel unexplainable fatigue, sudden waves of heat or cold, spikes in hunger, or total loss of appetite. But take a breath. This is recalibration, not collapse. You're not breaking. You're being upgraded from within, in silence. You wake up fine. Then you meet someone and fall apart. You walk into a place and feel off. No reason, no trigger, no logic. Thoughts that don't feel like yours. Feelings that seem to come out of nowhere. This is an overexposed field. It's your sensitivity picking up what's floating in the air. With the arrival of the Age of Aquarius, the collective unconscious is more accessible. The boundaries between mine and ours are getting thinner, more porous, and that can be beautiful if you know how to handle it. But until you do, it's exhausting. You become an antenna. You pick up everything, and you don't know what to return, what to keep, what to shield. That's why distancing has become a necessity. That's why introspection has become healing. What if what you're feeling right now isn't even yours? You start a sentence and lose your train of thought halfway. You go to grab something and forget what it was. You try to focus and your mind splits in 3 directions at once. The first instinct is to think something's wrong. A DHD, fatigue, distraction. But what if it's the opposite? What if your mind is working too fast? For a system that still expects linear thinking, the Age of Aquarius is mental, it's digital, it's non-linear. It opens new pathways of perception, but your brain still wants to operate on the old system, with a beginning, middle, and end. What you're calling confusion might actually be a deep reorganization. Your mind is trying to leave the old paths behind, to create new synapses, new ways of thinking, new connections between things that once seemed unrelated. You're not forgetting. You're deleting files that no longer serve you. Have you noticed? Words are starting to lose their power. You hear them, but they don't land. You speak, but you're not truly heard. And then comes silence. At first, it's uncomfortable, scary, feels empty, but suddenly, you realize it carries more than any sentence ever could. You begin to feel the vibe of a room before anyone speaks. You start picking up intentions behind words. You understand entire messages through a look, or through nothing at all. This isn't imagination. It's attunement. The Age of Aquarius is more sensory than rational, more energetic than logical, more telepathic than verbal. And those waking up now are learning a new language made of silence, presence, and vibration. You're no longer just hearing with your ears. You're listening with your entire field. Have you felt this? That nothing makes sense, and yet everything feels on the verge of being revealed. You wake up and think, why do I do what I do? Why am I around these people? Why do I keep pushing this? But there's no answer, just a kind of existential emptiness. That used to be terrifying, but now feels strange and oddly familiar. This isn't depression, it's a reboot. The Age of Aquarius is dissolving identity structures built on obligation, fear, and repetition. It's breaking down the old idea of meaning to make room for something new, more intuitive, more alive, more aligned with who you really are. And it begins just like this, with a sense of disconnection. The emptiness you feel now is the cradle of your next level of consciousness. You start realizing you don't enjoy what you used to. You don't want the same conversations. You can't stand the same places. And the weirdest part, there was no big event, no trauma. You just changed, gradually and all at once. Old habits start to feel fake. Some friendships feel off. Things you used to fiercely defend now sound foreign to you. You think, am I becoming unstable? Did I lose my essence? But what if it's the opposite? What if, for the first time, you're getting closer to your true essence. The Age of Aquarius doesn't ask for permission. It stirs, it reshapes, it realigns. You're changing from the inside out. No label, no announcement, and that is perfect. You haven't lost who you were. You're remembering who you are. You walk into a room and the energy shifts. Someone meets you and starts venting without knowing why. You say little, but your presence seems to stir something in others. This isn't charisma. It's not just intuition. It's transmission. You're becoming a broadcasting point of frequency, of energy, of field. No effort, no role, no need to be anyone's guru. The Age of Aquarius doesn't need perfect leaders. It needs tuned-in people, clear people, people willing to align with the new and hold that vibration even when no one else gets it, and maybe you still doubt it. Think it's coincidence, think you're imagining things. But the truth is, you're already affecting others without realizing it. Because when you align, the field around you rearranges itself. You don't need to explain. You're already radiating. If something inside you woke up reading this, drop a comment. I feel before I see. That anchors the frequency dash and helps others recognize themselves too. You didn't show up early by accident. You don't feel more than others out of sensitivity. You're not bothered by the superficial, just to be dramatic. You feel because you came to tune in, to sense ahead, to hold space for the transition, even without a manual, without applause, without a title. What's coming is going to shake things even more. It will collapse structures. It will speed everything up. And it will need people who know how to stay calm in the chaos, stay tuned without losing themselves, feel without absorbing it all. People like you who woke up early, you who are already living between systems, you who feel the old world is gone, but the new one hasn't taken form yet. You are the bridge. Don't downplay that. You feel different because you came to be different. If this video resonated with you on any level, don't forget to subscribe. We're waking up together, and this is just the beginning. The Age of Aquarius isn't about to start. It already has. And if you feel that, you know, even if there's no explanation, even if you don't know what to do with it yet, what matters now isn't having all the answers. It's having the courage to stay present through the mess, because this mess is birth. If this video activated something in you, something you can't explain but know is real, drop a comment. 1221. That number anchors your frequency and confirms you're already in.